Alrighty, how are you engineers? This is Lieutenant Morphin, and today I'm going to cover a little bit more about DTS. So let's go over to DTS and we're going to cover what we know as the IDT. Alright, so this is only going to be an example. Please follow and try to grab as most knowledge as you can from this video. So if you follow my Humvee, we're going to go over to DTS and we're going to sign in. We're going to use our CAT credentials. Alright, so while creating DTS, we're going to do the IDT. So we're going to go over here to create new document. This can be a routine TDY. Now, for this example, I'm going to say my unit is going to be in Dubuque, Iowa, because the 389 HRC is out of Dubuque, Iowa, right? So I'll put, you know what? Since this is really meant for 348, let's do Kansas City. All right, so next BA would be May 1st through the 3rd. We're gonna go to Kansas City. I'm gonna travel by air is possible. You can do travel by air, but let's do other because I'm gonna drive to Kansas City. So for TDYs, since our drill is on the 1st, you always want to do the day prior. So it's going to be leaving the 30th, departing on the 3rd. Way to check this would be looking at our BA memo. Our BA memo says it's May 1 through 3. We're going to be doing demo at Fort Riley. So our travel date is the day prior. All right. So from here, I'm going to put my residency and I'm going to return back to my residency. You're going to go over to purpose, click training, and here you're going to put 348 engineer company battle assembly. Wow, that was completely messed up on company. All right, then we're going to continue, follow the Humvee to the next page. Lodging. We do not need any lodging for IDT. This is very simple to fix. You just get booking. All right. So once we're here, we're going to scroll down, continue to our expenses. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add our necessary documents, right? We're going to go down here. We're going to go to documents. We're going to hit memo. And we're going to attach our necessary documents. So first one, we want the BA memo. Always click retain as PDF. Do not forget to retain as PDF. Then we're going to click select. Here, we're going to put 348. Engineer company BA memo. Let's add that. Then we're going to scroll back down. We need to add another document. We're going to browse this. We're going to add the IDT document. And I'll show you what those documents look like. IDT memo. All right, so these two documents look like this. Here is our IDT memo where it has all the soldiers' names and the zip codes that you need to utilize for your IDT. If your zip code is not correct, you need to go to IPSA and update your address. All right. So we're going to go here. We're going to click on Edit Per Diem. We're going to make sure we click these little three squares here, and we're going to click Edit. So here's some adjustments we need to do here. For IDT, we're going to put special rate, $0. Scroll down, quarter available, inactive duty training. Continue to scroll down, select training type, and you're going to click inactive duty training to non-local area. quarters and meals. And then you're going to scroll here, click 0, save adjustment. And you're going to do that for all 3 squares. All right, let's scroll back down. Special meal yet again. Quarters available. You're going to click inactive duty training. Inactive duty training local. Continue to scroll down. Quarters and meals. Click this to 0. Save adjustment. Edit. Oh, that's not what we're going to click. Special rate. Quarters available. Inactive duty. Inactive duty. Lodging. Remain back to 0. Oh, we forgot to click 1. There we go. Now we've done all these 3. Let's go back to expenses. So we got both our memos here. Now I'm going to look at this over here. Let's just say my name was on this list, right? So we're going to go here. We're going to click add. We're going to go to mileage. And then you got IDT, other mileage rate, IDT, outside local comm distance. We're going to click that. And then we're going to put the day we're leaving. So we know we're leaving on the 30th. And you here is where one of our biggest focuses. You need to utilize the zip code. So let's put here, for example, let's say I was covering Aberdeen. I need to put the zip code that's listed here. So my zip code in Kansas City, if I was in this square right here, I will put my zip code of home of record, which is 64056. That's my zip code and my IPSE for record. Click Independence, Missouri, and then the unit 64147. Kansas City. If your zip code is not correctly labeled on your IPSE, or you have a different zip code, this is going to get denied. You have to have the correct zip code to your home of record address listed in IPSE that is also matching the IDT memo. And this is the IDT memo. Now, these IDT memos get updated regularly. Please reach out to your chain of command to ensure that you have the most up-to-date IDT memo. All right, so we're going to continue here. On notes, you don't need to put anything, but I normally like to put travel from HOR, home of record, to unit. Now, you can make this again, make a new one, or you can just click these little 3 squares right here, duplicate expense, but then change the expense date to the 3rd, because that's when 3rd of May, because that's when drill ends. 3rd of May. Keeps your information, but we're going to need to swap these around. Because now we're going from the unit. 64147. That's our unit. And then we're going to go to our home of record. 64056. That's where I live at. And it tells you your mileage here. It calculates your IDT mileage, which is 0.205. That's how they get the math on this. Say you lived in Oklahoma. 73134. That's where I used to live in Oklahoma. Right? Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's how it calculates your mileage. But we're gonna do 64056. We're gonna do if I was doing this. And then I'm just gonna change this from unit to home of record. Add that. Alrighty. Per diem is complete. We did this section here. Now we're going to go to accounting. For accounting, we're going to go to click Add LOA. We're going to click from this right here. Now, if you look at the very last 3, it's 389. That's our battalion. That's how you know this is the right LOA. Click it here. And then you have right here, IDT. ENL is for enlisted. So 26 year, 389 is our battalion. IDT is clearly what we're utilizing here. and enlisted. Now, if I'm an officer, you just click IDT 389 IDT officer. So I'm going to click officer because I'm an officer. All right. And then we're going to click continue. Continue. We're looking at how much expenses it is, your overview and everything's correct. Click continue. All right, sorry, I'm back. All right, so we're back here. We're reviewing our authorization. We're making sure everything's correct on here. And we're going to click continue. Once we're here, it gives us pre-audits. It's asking us here, why was lodging not used? Well, it's because we're not needing to use lodging. It's already provided by the unit. So we're going to go here. So we're going to go down to this L10, not required in accordance with JTR. We're going to click that L10, add selection, and you're going to add this right here. IDT-R, lodging not reimbursable. Save that. It's asking you the same thing again. Why is lodging not used? All right, we're just going to click too easy. L10 again, add selected, add justification, same thing. IDT-R, lodging not reimbursable. We're going to save that. Click continue. Agree. And then you submit your document and you're all done. Once you click the submission, all complete. All right, thank you for watching how to do your IDT. This is Lieutenant Morphin, and thank you for watching.